it's Chimdi. In this video, I want to talk about the path of least resistance. It's an idea that if you're like an Abraham Hicks person, you have heard this idea before. We have these things that we want in our life and that we are trying to manifest, and our higher selves and all of our spirit guides and the entire universe, like the infinite consciousness, knows what we want and knows exactly how to walk us exactly there. It's not going to be this arduous, difficult, laborious path, but actually the thing moment to moment to moment that we are most kind of excited and attracted to do. If we follow that impulse and we follow this path of least resistance, it will get us exactly where we need to be. The reason why this is really alive for me right now is because I recently hired some support with my YouTube channel and my business, and I have all these stories I've been telling myself about how to show up on YouTube to be successful, how often I need to upload, the kind of quality my videos have to be. A lot of this, as y'all know, is based on vibes. Data what? Analytics who? Literally, I've been receiving coaching for like a month and a half, and on every call my coach is like, hey girl, do you have Google Analytics? And I'm like, huh? And I like go to my Squarespace website and I'm like, these analytics? And he's like, so Google Analytics? And I'm like, I don't. And so finally I was like, let me actually type Google Analytics into Google and actually figure out. And it was a whole thing. Point is, I operate on vibes, which is my favorite way to operate, and I'm never gonna stop. And I don't think the point is to stop, right? The point is to be, you know, intentional, which we love. I was talking to a friend of mine, Cherie, and she was asking me like, what's the vision for your YouTube channel, girl? And I was like, okay, I see two visions. One is where I kind of become very like shiny and like commercial. You know, I feel like the really successful YouTubers have a very like, there's like a sheen over what they make that's very professional looking, but there's like a, to me it reads a little bit just like shiny and plastic, you know? Or I kind of keep making videos as I've been making them, which is vibey and loose. And as one lovely human said, like, I'm just FaceTiming a girlfriend. And I'm like, yes, iPhone quality videos, all right? And that maybe won't be as successful, but it'll have more of like a dedicated community and da-da-da-da. She heard me and she was like, maybe there's a third way? And I was like, what do you mean? And she was saying, well, maybe, you know, one, your videos aren't as low quality as you think they are. And also maybe there's a way that you can be successful being your authentic self, which of course is what my coaching is all about. So it'd be a good thing if I believed that that was possible, you know? As I was sitting with this, I was thinking about this idea for a video, which was inspired by the wonderful Landon. And we were talking, we did a vibes call, which is a thing I created just for them, by the way, but I will include the link if you want to do it. It's literally just like a half hour and you can just get on a call with me and we can vibe. And I can just give you this good energy and cackle in your face. The reason why, you know, we were having the call, I thought it was to support them with their journey. You know, I was all ready with my wisdom. I had my resources ready. I was like, yes, I'm gonna support this person, you know? And they told me on the call, they were like, girl, of all the videos you've made talking about your childhood trauma and neglect and all your various journeys, my favorite moment from any of your videos is just one where you are just laughing really hard. Like you're just cackling over something someone said, and I just go back and I just watch it again and again. And I'm like, what? I'm like, do you see the books I have read? Hold on, let me show you. Do you see these thick ass books I've read? I have read all of these thick ass books, okay? And I haven't read them for YouTube. I've read them for me, all right? Because I want to do my healing. I love to read. I love to learn. But also, yes, I'm like, this would maybe make a great YouTube video and I'll bless the people with my wisdom and my knowledge. And Landon was like, that's cute and all, baby girl, but guess what? Your cackle, that's it, girl, that's it. And I'm like, what? I just felt like, what is going on? What is going, I'm thinking I've gotta do all this B-roll. I've gotta do all this editing. I've gotta find these locations. I gotta get the thumbnail right. The thumbnail's gotta be right. And then I gotta match the beginning of the thumbnail to the beginning of the video. And then I've gotta Google the title. So that's, and I'm just like, no, none of that, none of that. It's the cackle, that's the whole. And, you know, I think a lot about how I could be more prolific on YouTube because I feel like I have a lot of ideas and it doesn't take me a lot of effort to make videos in terms of least little resistance. It's very easy for me to literally set up my camera, set up a light, press record, edit. It's so easy, it's so chill. But all of these stories that I tell myself, they interrupt my productivity, they interrupt my flow. And I always, every November, I'm like, this is gonna be the month where I upload a video every day. And last month, I think I made it about 2 weeks in, and it was very hilarious because I was looking at my Google Analytics, and believe it or not, if you upload more videos, my books are falling, if you upload more videos, your views go up. And I was like, huh, which is, I guess what I'm trying to say is, you know, I think of myself as being a very smart person, and then I have all these lessons that are the most like obvious, simplest, most like straightforward thing that consists of like, do what you want to do what's exciting, be yourself, people like you for you, not for any kind of thing that you think you're having to do to bring to the table and any kind of wisdom you think you're having to share. No, girl, just you. And I feel like that's a lesson I'm learning, but I feel like every personal lesson we learn, especially the really deep ones, they tend to be collective lessons. They tend to be things that a lot of us need to hear, and each one of us has a tiny bit of the puzzle of processing that thing so we can realize it and share it with the collective and help the next person learn it. So that's what I'm trying to say with this video is I am gonna experiment, and it feels radical to say it, I must say, but I'm gonna experiment with letting myself have way more fun and be way more chill with making videos, and as a result, make more, and I think as a result, my channel will grow, but more importantly, I will have a really good time, and the people who are watching, you lovely, sexy people, will have a really good time too. I'm also gonna experiment with being a lot more horny on my channel. I made a video and I talked about having a praise kink. Do I have a praise kink? Maybe, all right, maybe. Let's find out together. You praise me in the comments and then we see what my body does. How about that? And somebody left a comment that was like, oh girl, you so nasty, but I'm not mad. And I'm like, I know you're not mad. I know you love it and I love it too. But we're gonna take it slow because sexuality is sacred. I believe that. I'm not laughing because I don't believe that. For some reason, I just think that's funny. Okay, bye! It's been so long since I did one of these. Yes, perfect. And begin.